So let me get this straight. We lose to the Islanders. We lose to the Devils. We beat the wheels off of a team whose goalie gets PTSD every time he sees black and gold. We get smashed by the Islanders. Then we get curb stomped by the Rangers. And then we beat the Rangers in somewhat convincing fashion. I think we're the best team in the league. Low-quality fans of a high-quality Bruins team. That's a dub! Man, it feels good to say that after a couple of, let's call them not dubs. This game reeked of desperation from the Bruins side. It seriously did. On Twitter, we were crucifying any player we could get our hands on. We were talking poorly about the coach. And then NBC starts with their whole analysis. Does anyone actually like NBC's broadcasts? Honestly, like, I know Jack Edwards is too biased sometimes. I totally get that. Adam Fox! I know who he is. Stop putting him in the conversation with Charlie McAvoy. That is two completely different levels of players. I can't believe that they're actually comparing the two. This is supposed to be a happy video, and I'm starting upset. I shouldn't be. The fan base was desperate. We had two massive losses. We needed a win against a team that we should beat. Oh, thank God we got it, though. Because if we had lost that game, you worry about things starting to landslide, where the team starts changing some stuff they shouldn't after a couple bad games. We did make some changes for this one. Bjork, Wags, and Moore are out. The only one I didn't really like there is Bjork. I thought Bjork was starting to find his game. McKegg, Kuhlman, and Comfer are coming into the lineup. McKegg and Comfer seeing their first game this season. Vakavoy doesn't happen. No Vakanine and McAvoy, although we did see that line during this game, but for the most part, it was Zaboral McAvoy. That line looked great. Fun little fact before we start, Comfer is now our 10th defenseman to play this season. Let's get into it. Lots of controversy this game, and we're going to start off hot. This game starts exactly how it needed to. There is one leader on this team. I know we've got leaders in the wings. There's one leader on this team. This team goes by Bergeron. That is our guy. And he starts this game by plowing through a Rangers defenseman against the boards 20 seconds in. Now remember, last game against the Rangers, Marshy tried to start some shit with Lemieux 20 seconds in, and it didn't work out. It fizzled, and it bit us in the ass. Bergeron went, no, I'm not worried about that, because I'm not fighting. I'm just going to lay someone the fuck out. And it was a nice, clean hit, but when your captain does that, you take notice. For most of this game, realistically, I didn't think the Bruins were looking at the puck when they were charging at someone. They literally were going for body. They did not care what happened to the puck. They were finishing every check, and if the puck went to their player after, great. But they were going to make sure someone was feeling their presence. So the first 5 minutes, super physical. Bruins are smashing everyone they can, and we get an early power play out of it from a cross-check. This is where the controversy starts. During this power play, Ritchie is inside the paint, and Georgiev's head is inside Ritchie's ass, like literally. At one point, the puck gets mixed up in the scrum. Georgiev goes down to get the puck, takes out Ritchie's legs, and Ritchie falls on him. Now, the controversy is, did Ritchie mean to fall on him or not? Every Bruins fan is going to say no. Every Rangers fan is going to say yes. Here's the God honest truth. No. I don't know how you watch that replay and go, what a malicious play by Ritchie. He fell, and it was a really bad circumstance, and every fan got worried. You get worried about a young goaltender who just had a 200-pound man just fall on his face. Something I love about hockey is there's a level of mind games that go along with every play, especially after the whistle. And Lindgren has the play of the game. He seriously does. If the Rangers win this game, we're talking about it a lot. He baits Ritchie into a fight. What can you not do when there is a player down and the whistle has already blown? You can't shed him. But Ritchie sheds him first. So automatically, Ritchie's going to get 2 minutes that is not matched. You cannot start a fight, and it's one of those unwritten rules, but you cannot start a fight when there's a player being looked at after the whistle has already gone. This play is dead. No one's fighting immediately after the whistle. They're shoving each other. No, Lindgren baits him into it. So now we're going to go to 4v4. It kills our power play, and Ritchie gets 4 minutes for roughing while Lindgren only gets 2, which means they will end up on a power play. Sneaky great play, guys. The reason that we're not going to talk about it a lot is because on 4v4, Coyle is an absolute beast. He gets the puck streaking up the left side. Now, this is actually a good moment to bring this up because I have heard some great feedback from a lot of you. And This one thing keeps popping up every couple of weeks. Someone says this. I would love to see some highlights. Here's the issue. I keep looking into it. I spent a long time Sunday trying to figure out if I could do it. There's a risk the channel gets shut down if I put actual clips up. I just can't find a legal way for me to use that stuff. And right now in my first season doing this, I don't really want to risk it. I want to see if I can kind of build this the right way and figure out if I could do it in the long run. But I do want to show you this picture. What you are seeing is Charlie Coyle with a veteran move. Keandre Miller does a great job of putting his stick in front of Coyle to lower his ability to get a clean shot off. The moment Miller moves in with that, Coyle puts the puck under his stick, puts his stick over Miller's, and just absolute sleep. Top corner on Georgiev. Have I said that name differently 4 times now? Probably. 1-0 Bruins. Now, more controversy. Georgiev now gets taken out of the game because the spotter says, hey, something's not right. I really think we should pull him for concussion protocol. I love that. I love that they still pulled him because there is absolutely a roadmap for some of these guys, if they're not taking it seriously, to be like, if I pull him now, it looks weird. No, pull them when you think something's wrong. Let's take this seriously. Great pull, and he does come back for the second period, which we love to see. The Rangers do not have a shot yet, but they're going to get a little bit of help. Immediately off the draw after the goal, Pasta called for a high stick. So now it's 4v3. Now remember, we have 3 guys in the box right now. We have Smith, who is in there for the first 2 minutes of Ritchie's penalty because he has to be the offsetting body to Lindgren. We have Ritchie in for his second 2 minutes of the 4-minute roughing. And now we have Pasta. So I saw some people asking why it worked out this way. This is why. Rangers will now go on a 4v3 power play for 40 seconds. And then they will go on a 5v3 power play because the original cross-checking from earlier ends, and that will last about 10 seconds. And then it'll be 5v4 for another minute. And then it will be even strength. I literally thought about not explaining that because it was just such a pain to actually verbalize, but it was worth it. Here's what's even crazier, and you might have guessed this. We kill all of that off. We go right back to pinning them in their zone. We looked so engaged in this game. Wicked engaged. We're showing the ring off. We're like, oh my god, it's like so much bigger than I expected. But if it wasn't this big, I'd be pissed. Engaged. Oh, we can keep it together for a Freddie goal, right, guys? We can keep it together. This goal keeps getting talked about for great things. Cliffy dumps the puck in. Jakey blocks the attempted clear back out and then immediately falls over because of course Jakey does. But while Jakey's falling, he's able to push it towards Stud. And Stud feeds it back to Cliffy. And Cliffy takes a fat clapper from the point. And there's Freddie, who has a little... He gets a beautiful tip. It's a beautiful tip into the goal. And he deserves a ton of credit for a beautiful tip for his second goal. And oh, he gets the outdoor and the indoor. He's checking off boxes. I got it. Here's what people aren't saying. Is that Freddie was all over this play. He was the reason the play even started. Because the Rangers clear the puck out, Zibanejad goes for it, and Freddie muscles him off the puck, creating the turnover, which initially allows Comfort to get the puck to get it to Cliffy, who dumps it in the first place. Trent Frederick started and finished that goal. If that isn't an NHL player playing the game right, then I don't know what is. That's the kind of stuff that gets my rocks off. Rask was excellent for the few shots he faced in the first, and it's 2-0 going into the second. I really only have 2 things to talk about with the second period. Big Mac Daddy. This is just what the Bruins do off faceoffs. It's a beautiful faceoff win. It's nice puck movement. It cycles. Pasta's up at the right point. Mac's in the middle, and they're playing catch. They're just tossing it back and forth. A couple of guys having a good time. And then Mac just goes, you know what? You know, it'd be neat. I haven't gotten one of these in a little while. Let me just hit. Low blocker side. It's a snipe. It's going bullet velocity. That's 3-0 Bruins. And here is where I think all of us went, this is the win we needed. But if they blow this, or if they took their foot off the pedal, I am gonna lose it. The other note from the second is Stanika keeps getting so close. He had a breakaway with Freddie. He decided to keep it. I don't hate the decision. Third period, 10 minutes. We look so dominant. And then RIP in pieces, a very much needed shutout by Rask. It was a nice entrance to the zone by NYR. Here's what bothered me. Yes, we had 3 guys on the low right side. Corrali was just kind of slogging his way back into the zone, way behind the play. Way back. And it wouldn't bother me so much if there was effort trying to get back. Love enters the zone and he dumps it back to Blackwell, who has forever and no one around him. Blackwell, nice shot, bud. Corrali was just loafing back there. I do not like that shit. More controversy. Blackwell, after shooting, follows through with a hit on McKegg. And there was no attempt to stop, but also McKegg was right there. So McKegg kind of from the ice just two-hand slashes him, like right across the chest. It ended up being offsetting. I thought we were going to blow it, but we did give him a chance. Craig Smith gets called for, I assume, a week unsportsmanlike. There wasn't a lot there, but maybe he said something. I don't know. Charlie Cole gets a second of the game. It's an empty netter. The game's over. It's a shorthanded goal, of course. I mean, empty net, but who cares, right? Last thing of controversy. Game ends. Whistle blows. Face off in the center. Ritchie and Lemieux both just... Let's go. Lemieux's doing this because Ritchie hurt their goalie. I get it. It's a weird time to do this, but I don't hate the decision. What I do hate is these are two players who matter to their team. Wow, didn't think I'd have to say that about Ritchie at the start of the season, huh? Two players that matter to their team, and they're risking injury when a game is already decided. Guys, we play each other again, like 4 more times or something. You'll get your chance. Game notes. This game should have been closer. That's all I'm going to say. It should have been a closer game. Should have been a dominant win, but it was a dominant win. I liked it. The 3 guys inserted into the lineup. Comfer, not a big Comfer guy. He was fine, but I'm not a big Comfer guy. McKegg, loved it. Keep him in the lineup. Oh my God, I loved it. Kuhlman, really not a Kuhlman guy. I'd way rather have Bjork in there. Way rather have Bjork. Might as well just say it. Bjork is actually finding his stride, I think. And I don't understand him being benched for Kuhlman. Especially when we saw what DeBrusk brought this game. Now, his box score wasn't awful. There were a couple shots on net, and he was around the play. But his third period, I have never seen him just loaf around like this. I'm worried that maybe he's seen his name in a lot of trade deadline acquisition kind of stuff. He's taking a lot of heat from the fan base. I think it's getting to him, and he does not look good out there at all. In fact, I would have benched him before Bjork, which is crazy to say. Nice bounce back game by Vok. He's still getting bullied in size, but it is a nice bounce back for him. He was all over the score sheet, had several blocks all over the ice. He had 21 minutes on ice. I think he was second on the team. Love to see that. I know they have high hopes for him, so I think they're really pushing him. This is a weird game to be a building block game, though, because there was 36 penalty minutes. Now, they were inflated a little bit from a misconduct by Lemieux at the end there. But there were 36 penalty minutes, and the Boston Bruins had 1 power play for 13 seconds. That's a weird statistic. This video is 56 minutes right now. I've talked about this game for 56 minutes. Last thing. After the game, Trent Frederick was asked about Lemieux and Ritchie's fight. And Trent Frederick's response was he was jealous and that he hopes he gets another chance at him. These two teams do not like each other. And I'm so excited for the next one. Guys, thanks for watching another episode. We are cruising through the season right now. I can't believe I've made it this long. Let's keep this train going. It's been so much fun. Thank you. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Go Bees!